Good afternoon. I'm Stan Meyer, and I am here with Kathy Yendel. Together, she and I serve as the co-chairs for Spirit of Joy's capital campaign, a campaign we call Listen, God is Calling. It's a campaign to renovate the facilities you see around me right here, around us. Facilities that don't look exciting at the moment, perhaps, but are full of possibility. And that's what our campaign is really all about, to raise $600,000 to take these facilities and make them, remake them for our use. We have a $600,000 goal to do the immediate work that we have in mind, but actually we also talk about an $800,000 goal, which, if we could attain it, would allow us to take occupancy of this place for our worship site with little debt and a whole lot of strength. So what you will notice as you might walk these grounds is the building behind me, the former auditorium and cafeteria. That'll become our sanctuary, kitchen area, classroom and office area. And there's a building behind Kathy, you'll see, that's the former resource library. That will become classroom space for us. $600,000 to $800,000 to repurpose the work here, even as you hear it going on at the moment, actually. But to make this place a new place for us and a new way to serve in our Seguin community. When you look at this campus, the former Juan Seguin Elementary School campus, it's actually a place that has a lot of memory and history attached to it. Even for me, actually. My wife and I, Connie and I, had two of our three sons attend school here back in the 80s. And I can still remember driving up and down the street here, picking them up and dropping them off. But not only for us, it's a place that a lot of our Hispanic friends and neighbors find full of history in their lives too. And it's therefore a great idea that we've found a way to resurrect this property for a new use.
I'm excited about Spirit of Joy here at this historic place because it represents a rebirth for us and for those whose footprints here preceded us, and they'll never be forgotten. It will be our worship, educational, and fellowship place. There are all sorts of amenities that we're planning, a kitchen, all sorts of things that we can do from here, where the history of Juan Seguin School can be lived into. Our mission flows from God through us and out into the community. Spirit of Joy has never backed away from challenges, and we have embraced them. Here we are at campaign in the age of COVID. That's a challenge, one I'm confident will be met. As Stan says, we are an incredible community of God's people. We exemplify God's work, our hands. Stan has asked before, who would do such a thing to a place like this? As old as it is, as deserted as it's been, I mean, look at it. But wait, just wait until we get our mark on this. God will do it. Spirit of Joy will do it. God is calling, and we are listening. I cannot wait until we have our first worship service here. Oh, what a day of rejoicing that will be. All of Seguin will know that we are here.
Well, I couldn't agree with Kathy more. When we were asked to help chair this campaign, things were normal then. It was pre-COVID, and we thought this was the right time and the right thing to do. But we've discovered now that we're actually on something of an improbable quest to finish this campaign. As a matter of fact, I like to use a couple different descriptors for what we're about right now. First of all, this is an impossible time to even imagine doing a capital campaign. And I'm so grateful for you to be able to listen to this and to help us through that impossible time to see the possibilities. We do have the COVID among us, and I know also for many there's a financial anxiety that goes with these kind of times. Anxiety about money, anxiety about jobs. Who in the world would launch a campaign to raise $600,000 to $800,000 except us? We did, Spirit of Joy. And it's also an unorthodox thing we're going to try to do here together. These facilities are not pretty to look at right now. They have been abandoned for about 10 years, I'm told. There's a lot that needs to be cleaned and straightened. Decay and the like needs to be taken away from this place. And yet we're going to try to resurrect it all and to make this a beautiful new spot for our community of faithful folks coming together to worship and to welcome, to love, and to serve together. And that's why, as Kathy says, we regard you as an incredible community of people who will say yes to this challenge, will be willing to say, yeah, we will. We will do this thing even now in this impossible time on this incredible quest, but also with your incredible support. You haven't ever given up on something we've tried to do together. You've always been generous. You lead with abundance. You have a heart for what this ministry is and will be. And we're grateful for you. We're grateful for what we plan to do together and what you will give us. So I would end where we know we always begin, and that is with a prayer for God's grace, God's wisdom, that He will bless this undertaking that we have and help us use all the gifts we have in support and in work and service to accomplish what work God has placed into our hands. So we say, thank you for all your help and support.